Hey all, it's Team Luke1665 Gaming here, back with another predictions video. Wow, we are just week 16, 17, 18, and the playoffs away from being done for this season. That just sucks, man. But before we get started, it's starting a little different because I'm gonna show you the scores. These were my score predictions right here compared to like what was the actual score. So like let's jump into Lions Jets. I got the Lions score amount of points right, but the Jets needed scored 6 less points. That just sucks. It just stunk for me. Look at the Steelers Panthers. You see that 16-24? I predicted the Panthers were gonna win 24-16. But clearly it was the opposite since the Steelers won 24-16. When will I guess score prediction right? Let's jump into Bengals Buccaneers now. 34-23, 34-20. Oh my goodness, bro. So I was 3 points short. And Giants Commanders 13-20, which turned out to be 20-12. Giants. So yeah, it's been a weird week for me. Like weird. So anyways, these were your teams that won for week number 16. That's right. So now we're gonna jump into this real quick. There's no games been flexed at this time. There will be a week 17 game flex within after week 16. They did announce it that they're gonna wait until the end of week 16. So be prepared for that. But anyways, this is the game that you'll get in your local area, unless we have Sunday ticket. So there you go. Most of this area will see Seahawks, Chiefs, and then Eagles Cowboys is national televised, so everyone will get that game. Lions Panthers goes to mostly Detroit and Charlotte areas, Carolina areas. Atlanta, Baltimore, Cincinnati gets Washington D.C. and Pittsburgh, and then Giants. Vikings is all most of the Texas area, Miami, and then Buffalo. And then mostly everyone's getting Bengals, Patriots, but some people are getting Commanders, 49ers, Saints, Browns, Texans, Titans, and Bills, Bears. There's some other games, and then yeah. So that's it for that. Before we jump into week 16, my predictions for week number 16. There is playoff implications. There is clinching scenarios. So we're gonna jump straight into that right now. With this week, for clinching scenarios, the Eagles can both clinch the East and clinch a first round bye and home field advantage. They can wrap everything up for the season with just a win beating Dallas, and then it's over. It's gonna be rough because Jalen Hurts may be inactive, so he might be out, but who knows? Giants can somehow get in the playoffs this week with a win, a Commanders loss, and a Lions loss, or a Giants win, Commanders loss, and Seahawks loss, and Giants win, Lions loss, and Seahawks loss. So their job to do is they gotta beat the Vikings. The Commanders have to lose to San Francisco, which is easy, and then the Chiefs gotta beat the Seahawks, which I think is easy. I think the most likely scenario is number 2, and I'd say the least likely is number 1 and 3. So the Chiefs and I think the 49ers need to do their jobs for the Giants to get in. They need to beat the Vikings though, so this might be hard for them. But anyways, AFC side, Bills win, clinch the AFC East, or a Dolphins loss. Bengals are in the playoffs. They punch their ticket. They either need to beat Cincinnati or they can get in tomorrow with the Jets loss. And then here are the Ravens playoff scenarios. I'd say it's unlikely this week. I mean, you never know. The Ravens played the Falcons. If New England loses to Cincinnati and the Jets lose to the Jaguars, I think it's likely that Baltimore gets in. I think number 1 is the most likely. or number 4. I don't know. But if somehow the Dolphins lose to Green Bay, I don't know what's gonna happen, but we're gonna wait and see. And then Chargers are in with a win, a Raiders loss, a Jets loss, and a Patriots loss. So it could be very likely that the Chargers can also sneak in on Monday, but we'll have to wait and see. And then elimination scenarios. So Saints, Falcons, and Packers are eliminated from playoff contention this week. It's unlikely for Green Bay because I think Washington's gonna lose, but I don't know yet. You gotta wait and see. And Packers play Miami, so I'd say the Packers are still alive. On the NFC side, on the Saints and Falcons, it's likely that both of these teams are gonna be done for the season. The Panthers are gonna. It's gonna be down to Tampa Bay and Carolina. I would assume. And then for the AFC side, Miami is out. Or no. Colts are eliminated from the South and the playoff contention with a Jags win, a Titans win, or a Colts loss. So I'd say the Jags win, for example, or it's likely that the Colts are done because if the Titans play the Texans and the Colts play, yeah, they're done. And then the Jets could be eliminated, but I don't. It wouldn't be likely. I think. But they are probably gonna lose. The Chargers are most likely gonna win. The Dolphins are gonna win. The Patriots are not gonna win. Yeah, so I think they're safe for this week, but they're gonna probably be eliminated within week 17. But I don't know. If Steelers lose to the Raiders on Saturday, then the Steelers season's over. And then the Browns lose to the Saints, their season's over. And if the Raiders lose with any of these scenarios, their season's over. But I don't know what's gonna happen. But that's it. Now we jump into the picks, starting off with Jaguars Jets. And I think this one's gonna go to the Jaguars. They have been scorching hot, as you know. They have won 3 out of the last 5 games. They've been a hot team. Wait. I think I messed this up. They've won 4. Wait. Is it 4 or 3? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, they won 4 out of their last 6 games. Out of these teams, they have a really easy schedule to end their season, and I think they control their own destiny for the AFC South. But anyways, I do have Jacksonville winning to get to 7-8, and I think the Jaguars will indeed win this game by the final 28-20. I think the Jets could likely win this game also. Both of these teams do need a win. But if the Jets do win, the Jaguars are still going to be alive because, as you know, the Titans, Ryan Tannehill might be out for the season. They got the Texans, Cowboys, and then they have a tiebreaker game with the Jags. So say if they lose this and this, and then if the Jaguars can beat Houston, that would put Tennessee up at 7-9, and then Jacksonville at 7-9. So regardless, I think Jacksonville's still gonna be alive, for example. And then they'll have a tiebreaker game week 18, and then if Tennessee wins, Tennessee gets the division, and if Jacksonville wins, Jacksonville gets the division. But I don't know what's gonna happen. But anyways, I think Jacksonville will indeed win this game to go to 8. Oh man, hold on. To go to 7-8 and keep their season and halt, and as they continue to control their own destiny to win, to get in the division. Next up, Bills Bears. This is gonna be more close than I thought it would be, cause how bad teams play against good teams, it's close. But I don't see the Bears winning. But I do see the Bills winning by a final 33-21. I think Justin Fields is gonna score at least one rushing touchdown, a passing touchdown, and probably another rushing touchdown from David Montgomery. I don't know, but I know the Bills are gonna get it easily to get themselves the division and maybe the 1 seed, but I don't know. Bills win 33-21. Next game we have is the Saints and Browns. This game's gonna be competitive, but I don't think that it's gonna be a high scoring game. It will be low, in my opinion. I think the Browns do win this game by the final 17-12 and basically wrap the Saints season up. And now next game we got is the Texans and Titans. This is going to be a close game, but I don't see the Texans winning. If the Texans beat the Titans, the Jaguars could jump all the way to the 4th seed, but I would guarantee that would not happen. But that would be cool for Jacksonville. But Texans are just going to fall short of getting beating up a good team. But Tennessee will indeed win barely by 5. I think they'll beat the Texans 24-19. Next up, we have is the Seahawks and Chiefs. I think this is going to be a close game. The Seahawks need a win to keep their playoff hopes alive. And if they win, they could get help next week. But I don't think they'll beat the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to barely beat them and survive. 33 to 27. It's going to be close. It is going to be close. It will be close. Now, next game we have is the Giants and the Vikings. The Vikings, man, you guys did not look good in the first half. But you somehow came back. Good, congratulations, Colts, on the biggest choke in history. But anyway, I do see an upset here. I think the Giants can, if the Giants get some help, I think the Giants do sneak in this week, but I don't see the Vikings winning this week after how they played like last week in the first half. I think they lose in a close game. I think the Giants get the win here 23-21 in the upset, and the Giants can probably punch their ticket this week, and then we'll just have uh one spot basically remaining. For the 4th seed, it's down to the Tampa Bay, Carolina, and then the 6th seed's probably going to be locked up by the New York Giants, and then the 5th seed's going to be locked up by Dallas. And then these two teams could switch up seeds, and then the Eagles are probably going to lock up the #1 seed. I don't know. But we're getting close to the end of the season, and then the Giants will clutch a playoff spot this week, I think, with the upset win against Minnesota. Next up we have is the Bengals and the Patriots, and then Cincinnati destroys them. Patriots are going to get destroyed by Joe Burrow. It's gonna be 34-13. Patriots are suck. They just cost their season with the heartbreaker loss to the Raiders. If they won that game, they would have been still alive, but they just blew it. I mean, blew it. Like, oh jeez, bro. They just crushed their season. But they're only good on the run for the Patriots, and the Bengals have a good run defense. So I think it'll be limited. So. And I think Mac Jones probably throws like one interception or something. But Bengals are gonna destroy the Patriots easily and find their way of winning 34-13. And now we get the Lions and Panthers. Oh man. As a Panthers fan, this is gonna be sucky for us because we're playing probably the hottest team in football right now. I see us losing 24-13. So as you know, the Lions have been hot on offense. They got a good win against a tough defense. Yeah, they always score 20 points. They're usually supposed to score like at least 30 points a game. But man, their defense, the Lions' defense just stepped up. I mean, it's stepped up big for them lately. It's been cooking up. Like they allowed 17, 23, 14, and yeah, their defense has been hot. They need to keep playing like if they're gonna win, they need their defense to stay hot and keep themselves in playoff contention. And I think it will to keep the Lions season alive and probably taking over the 7th seed this week. I see the Lions winning 24-13. Ravens and Falcons. I'm not gonna talk much about this game. If the Ravens win and get some help this week, they're in. And I think they could get in this week, but I don't know. They're gonna need help. They're gonna do their part and easily shut out the Falcons 24-0. It's gonna be a boring game. I'm not watching this. 24-0. Commanders 49ers. I'm sorry, Commanders fans, but you're gonna lose the 7th seed, I think. I think if you guys lose, you drop out. Yeah, you do to the Lions. 49ers are gonna beat you up easily, 28-17. Commanders, if you win this game, you keep your season alive and holding on. But I think San Francisco is gonna beat you up because they are unstoppable and they're playing like the best team in the league. Easily, Niners win 28-17. Eagles, Cowboys. I have the Eagles winning 27-24 in overtime. Jalen Hurts is questionable to play, apparently, with a shoulder sprain. I don't know if he'll play or not, but if it's not, it's Gardner Minshew. He's a good backup, and I think he'll dominate also. But I think the Cowboys lose again to a heartbreaker. I think they'll lose 27-24. And then Raiders Steelers, you know how whoever plays the Panthers, you lose the next week. Like you see how with the Browns, they lost to the Jets. You saw the Giants losing to Dallas. You saw the Saints losing to Minnesota. You saw the Arizona Cardinals losing to Arizona Cardinals losing to the Eagles. You saw the Niners losing to the Falcons. You saw the Rams losing to San Francisco. Week 8, and then I think Tampa Bay lost to the. Hold up. You saw them losing to Baltimore. You saw Atlanta losing to the Chargers. You saw the Bengals going down, and I think it was to the Browns. No, they were the only team to win after beating up the Panthers. So I thought Pittsburgh would win, but apparently not. Atlanta went down. Did they win? Yeah, they did to the Bears. And then the Ravens. I think it's how if you lose to the or if you beat the Panthers, you lose next week. But if say for the Ravens, they lost to I think Jacksonville that the next week, and then Pittsburgh lost is gonna probably lose to Las Vegas, and then I don't know about Detroit. But anyways, I don't think that happen. I think the Raiders do actually win somehow on Christmas Eve to keep their playoff hopes alive. I just see the Raiders winning somehow, some way, 23-14. Next up, Packers Dolphins, high scoring game to start Christmas morning. 30-26 is going to be our final, and then the Packers are going to go down. Unfortunately, that's it for the Packers. They had a good rough season. With no wide receivers really. Christian Watson will be the future though. Broncos Rams 10-24 Rams easily. I'm not watching Brett Rippin, bro. I think Russ might play. I don't know. And then Tampa Bay Arizona. Bucks should easily destroy the Cardinals. 31-20. And then Chargers Colts. Chargers win easily 31-14. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Merry Christmas. I will be back before New Year's, so stay tuned for that. And I will see you guys next time. Merry Christmas, everyone. Stay safe.